This week, we're changing a tight spot for cooking into a cozy kitchen. You really don't have to move far in this kitchen.
It's very efficient, but I like that it's small, but it has lots of character.
It does have a lot of character, and we're about to give it a little bit more. Homeowners love a good, straightforward, practical approach to home improvement.
Not every home needs a total overhaul.
That's why we focus on small projects that'll make a big difference.
Oh my
Gosh, yes!
Chelsea always has some great ideas for homeowners.
And Dad's practical knowledge with his fun-loving attitude is why we've been around for so long.
The most realistic, most current home improvement information you're going to find anywhere. Pretty slick, huh?
Families that improve their homes together stay together.
This historic condo complex in Midtown Mobile, Alabama is home to Sue King, and she's no stranger to home improvement.
I work for Habitat for Humanity. I'm in development, so I'm in grant writing. I also go out and solicit donations for Restore and for Habitat to build our houses. I moved from an apartment, and I originally was looking for a house. And my realtor says, I have a condo available to show you, so I said, sure. Well, I knew immediately when I looked at it that this was for me. It was just warm and welcoming, and I knew I could be happy here. The condos were built in 1938. They're very solidly built. The doors are solid wood. We have the glass doorknobs. The hardwood floors are actually parquet shaped, but they are solid hardwood. The rooms are easy to decorate.
You know, these places are like 85 years old,
Yeah.
but still in pretty good shape.
Yeah, I like it's kind of small, but I like Sue's style and all the antiques that she has
Boy,
in
it
here.
seems appropriate,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Well, there's a nice looking kitchen, kind of quaint. You gotta
Yeah.
kind of utilize all the space that you have in here. You really don't have to move far in this kitchen.
It's very efficient, but I like that it's small, but it has lots of character.
It does have a lot of character, and we're about to give it a little bit more. What's your wish list? What are some of the things you want to do?
Well, I've gotten all new appliances,
Yeah,
so
they look
I
awesome.
think next I was thinking backsplashes might be kind of nice.
Yeah,
One of Chelsea's specialties.
Okay.
perfect space for it.
And I was thinking about possibly butcher block countertops because with the floor being ceramic and then that being a stone as well, I thought it might warm it up a
I
little
got
bit.
you. Yeah.
Okay.
The other thing is the pantry right here. You can see I utilized that quite a bit. That was a washer and dryer before, but I was hoping to possibly put the washer and dryer back in there. When I moved in, the washer and dryer was not exactly working, so I knew I had to get rid of it anyway. And while it was out, I realized that I would need that storage for a pantry. So I had the pantry built.
I see electrical. Is there plumbing in here somewhere?
Yes.
There it is by the baked beans.
That's where I keep my plumbing pipes too.
Behind the baby.
Now, you know there really wasn't any baked beans in that pantry. It just seemed
Okay, why
like
was that the first food that you thought of?
the first thing I thought about.
You must
know,
be
but
hungry.
I hope there's some plumbing in there. That's the main thing. It had one of the stacks
Yes,
in
yes,
there
it
before.
did.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
It did. And I would love to have it again, even though the laundromat is just steps away. It's just
Yeah.
still a pain.
Yeah. So
But
this
that's okay.
wall was here when you
Yes,
had the
it
washer
was.
dryer before?
It was.
And this wall just ran straight.
Exactly.
You know, this isn't the first time I've been asked to return something back to its original state.
I know. Well, sometimes you just don't know until you try it out.
What about your sink? Are you reusing the sink?
I just bought all new white appliances, and since I wanted to try to match that, I bought a white cast iron sink with the brass faucet set. I like the brass look in the kitchen. That was the last thing that was stainless in the condo,
yeah.
so
I wonder where that sink's going to end up. Huh?
Yeah.
and maybe the granite too. I hope to donate those to Restore. As much as can be recycled with something else, I'd like to donate it. The items that they sell in Restore help us build our houses for our low-income families here in Mobile.
All right. Well, let me just look at this and see how they put this together and how we can
Take it apart.
deconstruct it. Before we return, Sue clears the pantry to prepare for demo.
Well, it gives you a very good reason to go through some things that you haven't used in a while. I'm used to downsizing, so I think I can live without it.
You know, even though it's a small kitchen, there's still a lot of work to be done.
Yeah.
I'm glad John's coming.
Oh, yeah, me too.
How did everything go as far as pulling everything out?
It was good. It was good.
Good. I got John's going to help me out on the countertops, and you guys can team up
on this pantry, which probably is going to be a bit of a task, dismantling
I
that.
got everything out if you want to make sure that it looks okay.
I see. You got one of your
Oh, did
most valuable things.
Oh, I
there.
left one can in there. I'm sorry.
That's what she's going to serve Danny for lunch.
If you've got a design or logo you'd like to transfer to another surface, there's a quick and easy way to do that using a product that you might not know still exists, and that's carbon paper. That's right, carbon paper is still available. You can get it at an office supply store. A pack of 25 costs about $4 or $5. And all you need to do is put it down on the surface with the carbon facing down, of course, and then hold your design in place with a couple binder clamps. That's important because you don't want it shifting around because it could mess up the design. And then just go over the design very firmly and very carefully with a ballpoint pen. I did the first 3 letters here, 4 letters, so let me show you what that looks like. There you go. Look at that. There's home, nice and clear. Now you can either carve that out or burn it if you're using a wood burning tool, or just paint it, which is what I'm going to do. And now, if you have a design or a logo that's not exactly the right size, bring it to that copy machine and you can enlarge it or reduce it till it's just the right size.
Coming up, can you say overkill?
Now that is a screw.
We're helping Sue renovate the kitchen in her historic condo, and the first step is demolishing the pantry.
Woo, that's not budging at all. That's fun. I'm trying to take this pantry apart in the way that I would have built it with nails, but there are no nails in sight. I only see screws.
An unbelievable amount of screws. Definitely overkill.
It was made to stay there, not to be taken apart.
Apparently.
Good thing I haven't worked out in 8 months.
On the other hand, the granite backsplash is only held in place by adhesive, so it comes out a little quicker. The big countertop may be another story.
All right, I know this is going to be a heavy one. Well, I really hope John and I are able to get that heavy piece of granite countertop out of the kitchen in one piece.
Yeah, that would be great so that we can donate it and it can be reused in someone else's kitchen.
You sure you got that sink undone? Yeah, we're good. Just so test lifted right here. I'm good. I'm good.
How you feel, Danny?
Frisky.
Okay.
Look, one hand.
Oh, let's wait till you get down the stairs to show off.
It makes me feel good because I'm a big recycler anyway. I like to reuse, use, reuse.
Feel pretty good about it. Good job.
The door did come from Restore. I had some shelves put in it to put spices and cooking things. I decided to donate the door back to Restore.
I could tell a screw had been driven from the outside into the side of the shelf to support it. That makes sense. I'm driving it out and it keeps coming. It keeps coming. Now that is a screw. This is a 5.5-inch screw holding this shelf on. Woo, it's hot. There we go.
It was so sturdily built, I think it could have gone through a size 6 earthquake.
He must have been getting paid by the screw.
There you go. That's how you build it. All right, let's see if there's actually some washer and dryer hookups back here.
So when I asked Sue, is there plumbing in the wall for the washer and dryer?
Yeah.
She said yes, but not with a lot of confidence.
No, I'm nervous to see if what we need is actually back here still.
Yeah, I hope so.
Oh, there's the exhaust for the
All
dryer.
right.
Woo!
There it is,
Yeah.
living proof.
Now that the demo is done, John can begin patching the damaged drywall.
So here's the situation we have. The cabinet, when it was installed originally, is this side of center.
Oh, man.
This is the center.
Okay.
So you can see it's not that far off. You know, almost in any remodeling project, you have to make the right decision on things.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the sink centered in the cabinet, not being centered on the window.
It hurts my feelings a little bit.
Some people would say center it on the window,
Yeah.
but I think it'll be real obvious if it's not lined up
Okay.
the center of that.
Okay.
You with me?
Doesn't sound like there's any discussion
I
to be
think I'm
had.
trying to ask for an opinion, or I'm sure you'll agree with me.
Approve your opinion.
Yeah. I mean, no way is wrong, but what ultimately is going to look best longer, that's what you always have to look at.
Yeah. Well, she does have the double bowl, so it has kind of that, thing in the middle that divides it, so it would be pretty obvious if it wasn't lined up with the center of that cabinet.
Plus, when you have the blind down and you have other stuff here, I don't think you'll notice it as much.
It's
So
less
we'll
obvious.
go center.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks for agreeing with me.
Using my measurements from the cabinet footprint, we can cut the slabs of butcher block to size. Then we can make the cutout for the sink before sanding all of the surfaces thoroughly. Once we've applied the construction adhesive to the tops of the cabinets, we can bring the countertops in and set them in place.
Okay. That looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How about getting the waterproofer? And if you see Sue, tell her to come in. Let's see
You
what she
got
thinks
it.
about all this.
Is this a technique they taught you in carpenter school?
Yeah, flat hand press is what they call it. I
Flat
also
hand press.
use it when I'm playing my bongos. Okay, what do you
I
think?
love it. I love it. This is how it should be.
These countertops look so beautiful in this kitchen, but they are not going to last long if we don't get them sealed.
No, the sealer is so thin that you can get it everywhere if you're not careful.
Yeah, I did splash a little bit and got some on some of my clothes, but that's okay. It's going to look great when it gets finished.
The best part is that when it's all dried and cured, it's going to be food safe.
Oh yeah, and pretty. Someone at Restore is going to really love to have this piece of granite.
I know, it's so nice that it didn't have a seam or anything and it came out one piece.
That's in good shape. Every single piece is right, so somebody's going to have a pretty nice looking kitchen.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, while the new countertops are drying, John takes the sink, door, and granite to the Habitat Restore so they can find a new home.
That's in great condition.
Yeah.
That's in great.
Keyless entry is a great feature for either your front door or your back door, but to be honest, it can be expensive. But Defiant has come up with an economical version, right, Dan?
Yes, they have. This is the Defiant Smart Lock Deadbolt.
I love it. Now, this just replaces what you have on your door, and there are a couple of different ways that you can access inside your home. You can either have a code, you can use the key, or
You can use HubSpace. It's an app on your phone.
I love it. Now, with that app, you can set all your combinations. You can set up to 10 combinations, or you can do it right here on the pad. So you can give that to, say, your pet sitter, or if you have someone that comes in to help you keep your house clean, and you can also delete those at any time. So if you'd like to have keyless entry at a fraction of the cost, Defiant has got you covered.
This Best New Product segment is brought to you by The Home Depot. How doers get more done.
After the break,
I feel like I set you up like a prank, but I didn't mean to.
at the start of day 2, John is sanding his drywall repairs, and I'm outside cutting tile for the backsplash Chelsea and Sue are installing.
This is the tile that I picked out for your backsplash. I thought
Okay.
since it's a small space, we'll go with big tiles so that it makes it feel bigger. Sue's antique style is very eclectic and there's lots of stuff going on in her kitchen, so I wanted to use a larger format tile so that the backsplash itself wouldn't be too busy and her antiques could shine. So it actually works out to where this is the perfect size for back here, and I thought on this side we would just do one run of tiles all the way around.
Okay.
Kind of like your granite backsplash was up there. And instead of using the traditional thin set to apply the tiles to the wall, we would use this simple mat, which I've used before in sheets, but I've never used the roll before. So you see this stuff is,
Oh, it's already.
it's a double stick tape almost, but stronger than that, obviously. And so we'll put it on, it's sticky on this side, and then we'll peel the white off
Okay.
once it's on the wall.
All right. Okay.
Tricky, sticky. This would be so nice and not having very many cuts to make since we're not going around outlets and stuff.
Right. The simple mat's real sticky.
I feel like I set you up like a prank, but I didn't mean to.
But yeah, once it sticks together, it's gonna hold. So I can see how the heavy ceramic tile is perfect for that.
So that we don't have any tile edges exposed when our backsplash is complete, we're using this tile edge trim to conceal it and make it look nice and finished. So we'll peel off the Simple Mat layer and then put a layer of Simple Mat on top of this.
Okay.
So that this will stick to the wall and the tile will stick to this.
Okay. The process is harder than I thought it was going to be, but I've never put tile in before. It looks easy, but it's actually harder than it looks.
Not only do we need to replace the backsplash that we removed with the old countertops, but we're going to improve upon it by adding more backsplash tile behind the stove so that it's easier to clean when Sue maybe gets a little grease and grime while she's cooking.
Because the Simple Mat requires no drying time, the grout can go on as soon as the tiles are in place.
Push it in the crack into all the joints.
Yes.
Don't worry about getting messy. Part of the job. Okay. You want to try it?
Yeah, I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
This is an hour-long episode.
Yeah.
At least.
This grout color is perfect to tie in with the wood countertops, and I think Sue has figured out how to apply grout right away.
Putting the grout in is actually harder than it looks. The grout is a little bit thicker than I thought it would be. You just have to keep at it, keep smearing it on. And it's got a little contrast to it against the white tile. It's gonna be perfect.
Go in a circular motion, like you're at a car wash.
While they finish up the tile inside, John is outside installing the faucet on Sue's new sink, so it can go in next.
Oh man, this was heavier than the granite. Who chose this sink?
That would be Sue.
All right.
All right.
Looks better out of the box.
Yeah, it'll look better in this hole.
I knew it was gonna look wonderful, but it's so pretty with the countertop.
I'm never gonna do that again.
Never gonna do that in this condo.
It was beautiful. They had the new brass faucet attached to the sink, putting it in all in one piece.
That's pretty.
It's gorgeous. It just finishes up that wall on the side of the kitchen. I love it.
So it comes with cleaner, but I used to have a cast iron sink, and you can actually use white toothpaste if you get scratches in the bottom of it. You just
okay.
kind of buff it with the
Okay.
toothpaste.
Water pressure's not good at all. You know, with the leftover countertop material, I got a little idea. Hey, let me ask you something. What do you think about this? We're in such a big recycle mode on this project. Of course, I hate to throw away anything like this. What about a cutting board that would be the size of, say, 2 of the burners that we could cut, sand, let her varnish it?
Yeah, that's a good idea. What do you want to get started on this?
I think a table saw. It's going to really work a table saw blade. With
It'll
this
work
big,
it pretty
thick,
good, but we
thick
can get her
piece of
down.
wood. All right, I'll go measure it. You get the saw.
You got it.
So you're doing the finishing touches on it, I see.
Yes, don't you love it? It's
Yeah.
absolutely what I wanted.
Okay, so I know you're about to put another coat on your countertops, which
Yes.
you like a lot. I took the liberty to use a little bit of the extra wood there. I know that you're truly into reusing everything.
Yes.
So you could put a coat of stain on this.
Okay.
And then I cut it so that it'll fit
Oh, perfect.
right on top of one of those. It gives you a tiny bit more countertop space. You can use it right there.
Perfect.
You can move it around.
I
So
love it.
As our work is wrapping up, the installers from the appliance store arrive to get Sue's new washer and dryer hooked up and her kitchen back to normal. Sue's tiny little kitchen was dated and a little blah. She had replaced the appliances but didn't have room for the stackable washer and dryer she needed. And even with the glazed cabinets, the room still lacked the visual appeal she wanted it to have. But now, the new butcher block countertops add the warmth and texture the space was missing. The new sink and faucet contrast beautifully with the counters to elevate the room's appeal. And the ceramic backsplash adds a bright, clean look that's both attractive and functional. Plus, she finally has the washer and dryer she's needed all along.
You actually have to live in a home a long time to get the feel of it, and this is the project that I wanted to do. When I bought the condo, I knew I wanted to redo the kitchen. It's absolutely gorgeous. I don't like it, I absolutely love it. It's more than I could have imagined. I'm just totally pleased with the whole project.
Well, we didn't make Sue's kitchen any larger, but we made it nicer and more functional, and that's exactly what she wanted. Hey, this week, like every week, I hope we've been able to provide you a few ideas, a little inspiration, and maybe a little motivation to get some things done around your home. Hey, I'm Danny Lipford. Thanks so much for being with me and Chelsea here on Today's Homeowner. Come see us again next week.
You know what rhymes with Danny? Baloney.
Fanny. So.
But these I like more because they're just lower profile. Not more discreet, you know?
Yeah.
I like my cleats to be discreet.
You like, yeah.